What's up, my legends? Scion, we're back, and now that we've finished everything, I want to actually come in and talk to you guys about how I feel about the game and what happens after level 50, and just a few things addressed that people were saying. Now, literally, like, the first thing, hold on, let me get rid of this because this is annoying. Let's just go to 10, should be fine. Is not fine. Oh, this is one thing that you guys can do. Let's just go to someplace random. There we go. If you want to get rid of that, you can just go to some far channel and get them out of here. I thought 10 would be fine, but 10 is not fine. That's just to get rid of the spam and improve it'll improve your quality and your gameplay a little bit, just to not even have to deal with that, because that does take resources for them spamming like that. I don't know why they're doing that, because nobody's gonna fall for that, but I don't know, maybe some random person in some backwater neighborhood somewhere might, but I don't know. Anyway, so one of the first things that you always notice with people, they always say, bruh, like, it's a Nexon game, it's pay to win. This is legit the first Nexon game that pay to win didn't matter. It doesn't matter in this game. And the main reason why it doesn't matter is this. Now, a lot of people get mad and be like, bruh, this game is pay to win because you can't get UR characters right away. Everybody is not supposed to have UR characters. We're not supposed to have these characters. Like, if it's that damn easy to get these characters, then there's no reason for them to be that rare. It's not gonna be like that. So that's not a valid argument when people say like it's pay to win because you can't spam out like you're not supposed to. It's supposed to be rare. And I'm gonna give you a thing where this is kind of like a two-faced argument where people are arguing one thing and then arguing another. In Epic 7, all the rarest characters in the game can be spam money bought. And people are complaining now, when I literally said that the minute that came out in Epic 7, that that's a problem and that's pay to win and we shouldn't be allowed to do that. Now it's a meme and everybody's complaining in PvP and everything else that everybody has ML characters. ML characters were supposed to be rare. We weren't supposed to have them like that. It wasn't supposed to be like 1 out of every 3 people have an ML character. That they aren't even rare anymore. You might as well just put them in normal summons and allow people to get them easily. Like, because you just could spam it with money. Now on the flip side of that, we can't do that in this game. You have to earn it over the course of time. And people are mad and calling it pay to win on this side now. Like, you can't have it both ways, community. You can't complain when it's allowed to get the rarest characters in the game for money, and then complain when you can't spam it that easily in the game. Like you see how that can't happen. Now on this side, this isn't pay to win. This isn't pay to win. You're not supposed to be able to spam that. And I haven't actually spent anything yet right now, so me going to I'm just waiting for the next content and see if they're gonna put something really cool out there for me to be using all of those D-gems on. If they put it like a really good character or a banner, say, or something like that, like it'll be a really cool SSR banner that you can just keep continuously going after, because that's what I want. I want something focused so it makes it easier to get a SSR, a dedicated SSR, because the problem right now for us is that everybody has a bunch of SSRs. Like, I have a bunch of SSRs, but it's spread out all over the place. So that's why I haven't spent anything, because I'm waiting for that. I want them to put out, even if it's an Ash banner, I'll go on that Ash banner so I can get Ash at 65, even though it doesn't really matter right now because I'd already completed all the content in the game that the game has to offer, except for like the really highest level stuff. And you need SSRs for that, which is fine, building up towards that. Like, they kind of did it correctly in this game. That's the way you should kind of have progression. I know people don't like that. I know, like, whales want to whale at the end of the day, and that's what people complain and talk about is, like, oh my god, it's this, that. Like, you can't have it both ways. Which way do you, like, that's why I'm pointing it at people, because I see the same people complaining about pay to win in Epic 7 that are calling this pay to win and Overhit, and they're not the same thing. People just automatically think that something that's hard to get is pay to win. That's not pay to win. At the end of the day, it could be pay to be lazy. It could be pay to do something quicker, but it's not pay to win. And with that said, I did the entire thing, which is one of the reasons why I did that, because I knew you could do that in this system. The same way that you could do it in the overseas system. Like, you could just straight play the game, and as long as you know the mechanics and as long as you counter the element system and work within the game, you can play the entire game freely without anything. Now, what you get is going to be different. Like, not everybody is going to get the same SRs or stuff like that. You might get unlucky and things like that, but you can dedicate, like, Cicero, you can use selectors to get him up to 65. The same thing with Proxy, and those are the only two definite characters, in my opinion, that you absolutely positively need at 65. Everything else could be whatever you want it to be at that point of bringing it out. Like, I chose Reyna because Reyna was what I was given at 65. It could have easily been anybody else. It could have been Young Glek, it could have been Alter, it could have been any of those other SR characters that are DPS at 65. It's just that the game gave me Reyna first at 65, and I used her and found that she was really good. The same thing with Dark Hell, so that's what I went with. It saved me resources instead of me having to actually, you know, go and spam out characters, because you don't have enough resources for that. It's just not enough. And I know people was like, whoa, you're just lucky. It's not that it wasn't that I was lucky. I used what I got. Like, I wanted Young Glek, I wanted Yuri. I didn't get those characters. I wanted Nicoroid, and the game was like, no, you didn't get any SR that heal. Game was literally like, no, you ain't getting that shit. I don't care. You better go spend money. That's what the game did to me, so I had to adjust to that. Even now, with the game the way it is right now, I still don't have those characters. I still don't have Young Glek at 65, or Nicoroid, or Yuri. They still sit there like at 45 and 50. The game was like, just no, you ain't getting that shit. No, you already did everything. F you, Scion. That's what the game did to me. So it's not about that me being lucky. I just used what the game gave me. And at that point, you see right now, I'm up to 11 out of 50 on a UR from, you know, not spending anything. It's only been like, what, it's been like a week or two, and I have a fifth of getting what, she's my favorite character, but I have a fifth of getting her after a week. That's not bad for people. Like, people would be complaining saying you can't get these characters quickly. Like, what do you want? It's supposed to be rare. They're supposed to be rare. It wasn't like that in the Asian version, because there were normal SSRs that you can go after in the summers, but this ain't the Asian version. It's a global version. They wanted to go after tiers, and this is what they did, so you gotta play within the system. A week of getting a fifth of a ultimate character is not bad, in my opinion. Now, it's gonna be harder from this point go forward, because I don't have the same map clear stuff that I had before to actually farm and keep summoning. Now I have to do it daily over the course of going into missions, which is what I've been doing. Guy mission's done, so you ain't gonna get anything else on that. As you can see right here, my AP usage, I'm about to get 10 more right there. As soon as I get the 10 million ARN earned, I'm gonna get 15 right there. Just need to kill 60 more and get another 10. So we're looking at 35 right there to get. Then you head down. Let's see here. Terra Shift, this comes naturally. Most of the stuff right here is just going to come naturally. I need to go into Arena 6 more times. I'm going to get that. Definitely don't ignore the Arena. Keep going in there. I did my Arena already for today. I don't feel like dealing with it right now. But I definitely did my Arena. Make sure you at least do 5 a day to keep pushing this. Do as many as you want, actually, to keep pushing this. Because this, all it does is give you AP. It gives you a lot of AP. And it gives you D-gems. The same thing, though, with this hunt right here. Again, as you can see, just normal farming allows you to do a lot, actually. Hero upgrades, continuously still going to upgrade your heroes, still allows you to farm Rainbow. It's about the only place that you can farm it. Arena wins, as you can see right there. Go on raids. Raids always refresh, so there's no reason for you not to do it, even if you suck at it. Just go in there and do it. Monster hunt types, as you can see right there. Like, you can still necessarily farm it. How did I not do this? Using up to 12 heroes. Huh? I could have swore I did all that already. Maybe I missed something. I missed like a small one or something like that, but try to do this too. I don't know why this is not unlocked. I'm gonna have to figure that out later. And the other thing. Now, I have this left over right now. You can do two things with this after you finish the 104 guide mission. You could relatively use this and make 2 SSRs, or you can use this. Now it's confirmed that Light of Talent does work on your UR characters, which is like Aldea, Edmund, and Ludmilla. It does work because I used mine on my Aldea, and I'm actually using her now. Just to use her, she's necessarily not any much more stronger than the other characters that I have at 65, but it's like I have her and I'm just being stubborn and using her because I have her. And let's just go ahead and do all this in here. Now, farming still is what I suggest you be doing, because you can still go ahead and level up gear and start working on getting your 5 stars up to like 65, because this just helps. We don't know what the next gear is going to be. It helps you in raids. It makes just things faster in raids and makes you get better gear, which allows you to increase your level 5 gear faster because you'll be getting better points and better placement in the raid. So you can just pretty much solo raids by yourself at that point and get like 4 or 5 star gear, which makes it easier to do stuff like this. Alright, now this bow in particular is a status effect bow, and the reason why that I used it on her is because she has the ability to chill, and I want her to actually use it more. Plus, you know, putting up the attack, you know, helps her attack and everything else like that. I still have to work on her abilities, get her abilities up, but that is all according to how much of my essence that I get, and I have to, you know, continuously keep farming essence when I get the chance to. But we're going to still rock out because she's just a great character, and I've come across somebody who had her maxed out and it just decimated my entire team without me hardly being able to do anything. So that's a thing. I need to be about that life. I also need to get her her Grimoire, so we can see right here, status effect, inflict freeze for 18 seconds on the active target. It's like, that is just crazy. Success rate freeze, can't use regular attacks or active skills or move when hit, deals damage. Increase attack of allies in the same row by 11%. That is crazy. That stacks on top of what you automatically do. So everybody in the back, if you have people nuking in the back, they do extra damage. Nicer. Imagine putting her together with an Angelo or Colette. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, right now, there is no way for me to actually get any more of those right now. Currently, anything. I don't see anywhere for that. The next thing that you can work on, am I doing this wrong? No, I was doing it right. I just was in the right area. Next thing you can work on is making your next characters. Now, I am working on Rin right now because I particularly found that Rin was beating my ass in PvP, and she's really good. So especially when you have her at 65, and she's good in PvE as well. So I was going after a character that can use them in 2 different facets. It's either her or Celesta. I found that Celesta, I have a friend right now who has a Celesta, and I put her in and she wrecked people. This right here, this is crazy. Inflict bleed damage, 7.3 of attack. And on top of that, her AoE attack is strong. I don't know why it says it only goes up to like 213 or 220 or something like that. But that shit hits hard. Like, it just straight up does like 60,000 damage and just kills everybody. Then she has that bleed on top of that. Like, it's ridiculous. And then they can't heal. like what? And this single target right here, and it's only 42 seconds, so she can spam it. And it decreases defense on top of that. She is broke. Broke. You get a user. She annoyed the hell out of me in the Asian server, but global, she's broke as like, this is ridiculous. This is some BS right here. She's super strong. Then 40% when she's the leader on wind. Like I definitely want to get these two. Like I'm gonna have my whole little wind team right here. This is gonna be some BS right here. This is gonna be some BS. She's damaged over time and just wreck stuff, and then she's literally like the best tank in the game. But you have to have her duped for her to be the best tank in the game. You just don't throw her out there at 40 because that shit ain't gonna work. You gonna be upset. And as far as after that, I think what I'll do after that, go Ren, then Ophelia, then finish Sophia, but Sophia probably will come over the course of time because I noticed that Overhit historically just gives you Sophias. So I kind of pushed her a little bit, but I'm not going to do it all the way because I think the game will actually give her. Don't quote me on that. It's just what the Asian server did. The same thing with Ash. That's why I won't push Ash, because I'll be particularly mad if they keep giving me SSR versions of him. And I think they are going to actually do that because he's a protagonist. So I'm not going to do that for them. That's just a little bit of a heads up and the reasons why. Because I know people ask me, why didn't I do that with those two characters? And the reason is because of that. And historically, they keep giving you those particular SSRs. Like whoever, the main cast. And it could happen with Rin too, but I've never seen it. But she is part of the main cast. And you, of course, you have like the bottom row right here. These monsters right here. Well, not so much him, but Demian is actually really good. So right here, these four. Then you have Helena, which Helena actually was in the event as well. So that's why I shied away from actually doing anything with her, because she was in the event. And who else was actually in the event that was given away for free? There was somebody else, but I don't think they're here. I don't think they're out yet. It was the girl that sits on the gourd. Yeah, she's not here yet. And Hien was too. Hien was a SSR that was given frequently. So I kind of stay away from that. But with that said, in the sense, Anamone, she was actually in the event as well, and she's pretty much an ultimate character here. So I don't know, they could just change all the rules. Now, as far as people who are asking me gold wise, like, bro, you got a lot of gold. It's basically because I'm not upgrading every damn thing. Like, you don't really need to. It costs a lot to actually imprint characters, so I just left them. If I'm not using them, there's no reason just to imprint them just because they're there. Alright, so let's go in. And I'll show you that I did some. There's some characters sitting there. Like Aite, I was actually going to use her, and I actually messed around a little bit with Alter. He's okay. He's not exactly like Reina. Like he's okay. I'll give him that much. He's okay. Who else? I had a little Milo. Milo she's up right there. As you see, my young Gleck, he's at 2. We have Victoria, I was forgetting her name, up here. And you're gonna notice on the bottom right here, I have a lot of stuff sitting. Alright, this just a lot of stuff sitting. Like, just because they're here, you don't necessarily have to use them. When they come up being used, like, I really want Yuri. A bunch of Yuris. But game is like, no. Can't have that. No. And like I said, just because you have the characters, it doesn't mean that you have to use the characters. Like, just, you know. Alright, so that's what I have there. And that's what I'm doing going forward. Now, tomorrow is supposed to be a patch, and the majority of everything, all the banners and stuff like this, or not banners, all the packs will probably refresh into something else. So if you're going after those level up packs and everything else like that, this is probably the day that you want to do it. Like, you know, hang on today and try to see what they're going to do, if they're going to put anything on the Facebook, because they don't really have like a patch update site. Like, they kind of do everything on Facebook. So I'm like hanging on to that, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. if I'm going to actually spend on anything, I might just let all those packs go and not spend anything, to be honest with you guys. Just wait until they actually give me a reason to. And I know that probably won't make Nexon happy, but it's just me giving my honest opinion. Like, I need to put something out there that I really necessarily feel that I have to go after. And I think when they put out a dedicated banner or summon area that we can go after, because this shit is not dedicated. And that's why all our summons are all over the place. This is just like everything in here is just gonna just come out. Like, you just gonna get any old type of shit. It's not dedicated. The only thing dedicated here is the ancient gacha. You can't necessarily influence that directly without spending a bunch of money, and that's too much of a crapshoot anyway. So I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna wait and see when they put, you know, some dedicated banner out here, and it'll probably be one of the starting cast. Like, it'll be Hien or Ash or Celesta or Sophia. You know, those particular characters. It'll probably be one of them first, or maybe even a new character. If it's a new character, that's even lit too, because then you could just put all of it towards that and hopefully get a 65 SSR of the new character if it's a good new character. So I'm gonna wait for that. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Be legendary. Thank you again for all of the Overhit support. It's been very overwhelming, actually, because I didn't think Overhit... I knew Overhit was going to be a little bit of a hit, but not much as a hit as I see it is now. It's tapering off, but you guys still show up. You guys still show love, and I still appreciate it. I'm glad that you're having fun with it. A lot of people were actually happy that I didn't pay to win right away, and that I showed that you can do it without paying to win, and I appreciate that. Because you never get credit for playing a game and without paying, and I'm really happy that people were happy that I did it without paying. So that actually that made me feel good as a gamer and as a reviewer when people appreciated that, because you see people like, oh my god, like, you have such an awesome account and awesome video, and the person literally spent like $1,000, and that's the reason why that they have all of that. And it's like, that's not a show of game skill. It's just not. And I don't feel you should get credit for that. You shouldn't get credit for pretty much buying the game. And when people are happy that you played the game and, you know, played it straight like that, that makes me happy, because I feel that that's the way it should be in gaming. But, you know, companies gotta make money, so I ain't mad at them. Be legendary. I'll see you guys next video. Peace.